You're working 12 to 14-hour shifts?
Because non-union is the minimum wage times 8.
Right. But you're working how many hour shifts?
Oh, it could depend. Sometimes it's 12, 13 hours.
Okay. So
sometimes you always get the minimum, even if you're only there an hour.
And then how long did it take you to get your vouchers from doing all that non-union extra work?
Well, I didn't know how you get them, except I thought, oh, if I'm really nice to one of the ADs or production assistants, if they have an extra voucher, that was a story going around that they might give it to you. Then
Was that true?
It didn't happen for me.
Okay.
But you need to get 3 SAG vouchers in order to join SAG.
Okay, let's do this. We're going to take a break, and we're going to find out exactly how you get those vouchers and how
Right.
you become a SAG extra. Welcome back. I'm Jerome Cleary, and we're right in the midst of our interview even further, finding out how to get those vouchers as a non-union actor to become a SAG actor.
So you can double your pay for extra work.
So when you started, it was $48 an hour, 10 to 12-hour shifts as a non-union actor.
Yeah. It was $46 for 8 hours.
Okay, $46 for 8 hours.
Even if you're only there an hour, you still get 46.
Okay, and the difference is when you work today in this year,
right,
as a SAG extra, what's the day rate?
It's $115.
$115 for 8 hours, and right after 8 hours, you start going into the other times.
And then the 9th and 10th hour are time and a half.
Right.
The 11th and 12th hour are double time.
And then what's golden time?
Well, actually, 11, 12, 13, and 14 are double. After 16 hours, or 16 hours on, you get $115 an hour if you're there that long.
That's golden time.
That's golden time.
Okay, that's what everybody likes to get.
Right.
What, so tell me this, how long did it take you from July of 2000 to get your vouchers to become a SAG actor as an extra?
I wasn't really trying, and I didn't know what to do, so what I did is I started calling Central Casting's union line where they...
In Burbank.
Yeah, and they have the non-union line, and the union line is a recording.
Mm-hmm.
It's a number you call, and you hear like what's coming up for the next day. And then the union line, everybody can call. I thought you weren't supposed to call it if you were non-union, but you can call it if you suit something, if you're a look-alike. I submitted myself to be a Drew Carey look-alike.
In a Speedo.
In a Speedo.
Right.
And it was a season where he had died, actually had a heart attack and died. And
wait, in real life he did?
On the show.
Oh, on the show, I'm sorry, not died, but had a heart attack, okay.
So that would have been like, you know, around February of 2001,
okay,
like in there.
And you were much larger at the time?
I was much larger.
Right,
I was eating craft services all day.
So
I was making up for the low pay of $46
at that time you were
food.
40 pounds heavier or 60 pounds heavier?
I weighed like 237.
Okay. If you weigh 237, you weigh like 180 now?
No.
195?
Well, yeah.
Okay, so you weighed so much more, and at the time in a Speedo, you looked more like Drew Carey as a
Yeah,
double.
with a, you know, and the fuller face,
yeah,
rounder face.
Okay, so you did that
good.
job, and did you get a voucher?
I got 4 because it was 4 days.
Oh, so how many did you need?
There's one, and you need 3.
So you got over the amount?
Yeah. I got over the amount because it's a specialty item.
So
Because it's like semi-nudity.
So you got it one slam dunk, you got that. Okay, so then you joined SAG right away?
Right, but it takes a while for SAG to receive their copies of your check stubs. Every time you work for SAG, a copy of your check stub is sent to SAG, and they keep records of it because that's how they know how to bill you for how you're going to pay
Now,
for your membership.
we only have like 3 minutes left, so I want to quickly move forward to what places that you're registered with as an extra and what shows you've worked on. Besides Drew Carey, what are the TV shows you've worked on?
Oh, just like practically all of them.
You worked on West Wing recently.
West Wing in the Press.
Right.
And John Goodman. And
You worked on Will and Grace.
Will and Grace, that's right, in the airplane. I was in an airplane.
And then what films have you worked on?
AI. That was early in my
Okay.
extra career, so I got to see Steven Spielberg directing. That was the big scene where they were at the Flesh Fair. And I was one of the people. I was in one of the people screaming in the bleachers.
You also worked on
The Practice.
The Practice, but you also worked
Chris
on
O'Donnell.
6 Feet Under.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Early
Yeah,
on,
you
6 Feet Under.
told me.
When the black and white guy, who are a male couple, were coming out from shopping at a market, and there was a big fight.
You were a customer.
I was a customer.
Now, you did all this work, and so now, as it's 3 years later, how do you feel about doing the work? Do you still enjoy it?
I'm ready to move out in front. I've had enough of just standing by life.
Now, we were talking about this in the dressing room. How you see the aggression of other actors. I've seen this. Like in working, that if there's a line or the scene, even if they have no lines, and you're worked as a reporter in West Wing, that some people really are really aggressive to edge you out of the way, so they're near the star, so they're on camera more than you are. Yeah.
Right, and then they're excited, and they even like tape all their little bits and put it on one master tape to show like show after show after show.
But you say
somebody.
You want to move out front. You mean you want to have lines. You want to work more as not being an extra actor anymore, being an actor, being a co-star or 1 or 2 lines, or a guest star, or a day player or featured, right?
I just feel relaxed with everybody staring at me and all the crew watching, and I feel like it's really fun to have everybody there. And I'm not nervous like I need to be behind somebody.
And you usually cast as a young dad or an executive or an attorney or a doctor?
Well, now as a 43-year-old man, and yes, you must register with your truthful age and your, photo ID from your driver's license. Right. Yes, they won't even hire me for 38. You have to. It's whatever they ask. It's 40. As far as that's goes, because your birth date's always there.
That's very funny.
Yeah, I'm always the young dad. Now, yeah, I played dads like on the OC at a cotillion. I was the dad of a 22-year-old.
Yeah, and that's the right age, though, because a lot of times they cast people 50 or 60, and they sort of look like they're 50, but they're much older than to have a kid that young.
Like in Crossroads, Dan Aykroyd, who I could probably double for, was the dad of Britney Spears.
Right, and he's like almost 60.
So I can be the dads now of all the teeny boppers.
Sure. Well, I wanted to thank you for coming, and as we're finishing up, I'm going to ask you a couple other questions. What other agencies are you registered with? You registered with Central Casting, and who else?
There's Bill Dance Casting.
That's in Los Angeles?
In the Valley?
In the Valley, it's in the Valley, okay.
Bill Olin Casting in the Valley. And you can also get a calling service if you want a company to book you for Central, so you don't have to call Central yourself. Because when you book yourself for Central, you have to like redial, because they tell you what number to call for the show when you fit it. You listen to the recording.
A lot of work.
You hear that you're on the one that you want to do the next day. You have to keep redialing. Like it might take like 40 times before.
So you can have it go between an agent to secure that they get it every time for you.
They book you.
Yeah.
There's Extras Management is across the street from Central Casting.
How much percentage do they take?
They take like $60 a month.
Oh, that's not
you
bad.
pay them $60 a month, and they book you. It's really good when you're starting out.
They do all the work for you. You don't have to wait on the phone and press the button to do all the stuff.
And they just leave the information for the extras, and then so they just book them like every day if they want. And it's a good business, like AA, I say, August to April.
It's a good time to work from August to April?
Because after that, it's going to be really hard. There's very few things. Everybody's on hiatus. The shows are down. You're going to have to, you might not even want to do it. You might want to just enjoy your unemployment or do something else.
Now, if people are interested in getting more information out of you,